So, quite the surprise. We actually have the new Lockbox releasing today, despite them not coming out with an announcement or anything that this Lockbox was coming. And surprise, surprise, it's actually got the new Demon Wings account-wide mythic mount. This mount you would normally obtain, and you could have obtained it already, through the adventure The Hero's Path. You complete that and you had a choice pack you could claim that could give you that mount, along with the option to get the golden companions. And now, since this is dropping from the Lockbox, there's going to be a bit of regret of not taking, let's say, a golden companion over the Demon Wings, as the Demon Wings are undoubtedly going to be cheaper than golden companions. That is a bit of a yikes. I'll cover more details about this mount and what Insignia bonuses has when we actually obtain it. But additionally in this Lockbox is a new artifact, the Crystal of Soul's Flight. Also account wide, that's excellent, and already on Mythic. This is like the new Dragon Bone Blades, but the effect is different. You apply an effect that the target takes 10% increased damage from all sources. Excellent, lasting 10 seconds. That's an artifact for artifact calls to support the team. Additionally, the target takes plus 15% damage from all your attacks for 10 seconds. Wow, I think a lot of DPS are gonna want to use this. This and the Dragon Bone Blades, for sure. Dragon Bone Blades naturally just deals a ton of damage, and this is going to give you a 15% damage boost for the entire artifact call. Yep, there's going to be a lot of arguing who gets to use this one. But that is really good to have it, and another account-wide mythic artifact for all your alts. I'm totally picking that up. But just wait until the price averages out to maybe 3 million, maybe less. Or open the lockboxes for yourself and grab it. The rest of the lockbox doesn't seem to be any different to previous ones. Still got those trade bars here. And you've got guaranteed trade bars when you open these lockboxes, which when you inspect it is from 10 to 18. Every time you open a lockbox. So to obtain these, you can go to the Wondrous Bazaar. You can purchase them here. We're going to purchase 50. But you can also kill enemies and have a chance for them to drop for you. Over time, they'll become much cheaper to just buy from the auction house than the bazaar, because people will sell them after getting them from enemies. So you generally get more dropping than people can ever open. So let's begin with opening these. Again, here's all your guaranteed trade bars. The drop rates do not seem to have changed at all. You still have the 1 in 250 chance to get your Demon Wings there or your artifact, and 1 in 200 for the Mythic Insignia, and you can see the random list there as well of all the other rewards. Again, what's very good about the Lockbox is those guaranteed rewards when you get to a certain progression. You can see that here when you inspect the box, what exactly you obtain. 200 trade bars there, 50 companion tokens there, a random companion here, which does have a teeny weeny chance of being the artifact, and this one up here having a teeny weeny chance of it being the Demon Wings. Again, it's just a chance. And otherwise, those guaranteed trade bars there, lovely with a cull moat, and then the guaranteed choice pack of what you can choose between the mythic mount or the mythic artifact, which we are going to then open a whole bunch of these. So let's just use the new feature of open 10, because why not? We don't need to be here forever. Opening lockboxes is nothing new. Getting to the 1,000 trade bars, and you can just keep opening these. We got our random companion there, which is a green one, I believe. Got those 2,000 trade bars. Keep going, you get the coal moat. And what have we obtained here already? We've got the Demon Wings, and we may as well get to the 250 here. So we'll open our last 3. Maybe this is a little bit underwhelming doing it with the open 10. Let me guys know what you think. You prefer I open them singly? But we did manage to obtain then all of the rewards. We got the choice pack and the mount, and that gives us the ability to get both the artifact and the mount, top rewards from this. The choice pack, you can see again your selection from here. So we're going to get the artifact, and we've got to test this. Does it actually work the way it says it does? When we do obtain it there, it's a little bit odd because it just says this box obtains it. So double clicking the box to open it says it will bind it. So for now it's unbound. So binding it here gives you the artifact, which makes it account bound. Just be careful on that, and also note if you want to buy it, you're going to have to buy it in that form of the box, not the actual artifact. But then the artifact here, if we look on the claims valuable, should be available here way down the bottom, or maybe it's in the top. it's in the top section here with the other artifacts that you may have, with the Dragon Ball blades if you have that. And then you can go and you can claim that for all of your other characters. And the demon wings we already have before, because I did the hero's path here and it's there account wide. So if you already have that, no point getting this one. You already have it on account wide. The demon wings mount does have the ability of shadow sight, movement speed and awareness. Not really anything good there. Combat power, shadow rush. Not really anything good there either. We'll equip it here because I don't have it. There's the two abilities, Shadow Rush, Shadow Sight, and let's get these equipped and you can see the visuals. They're just like this. I don't think they're that special, but yep, that's what they're going to look like. If you don't have any of the wings mounts, they're pretty cool. They don't have any like unique spacebar animation. You're just jumping, and otherwise you kind of float and glide around like this. No vertical movement, just hovering above the ground. Combat power is AoE. It's going to deal damage in a line, but it's all like centered on you. So going here in combat, you'll use it and you'll rush forward like that, dealing damage to enemies who you pass through. Not too great, but you can use it if you don't have anything else. Same with the Shadow Sight, there's better options. Now for the artifact, so much like the Dragon Ball blades, again it's account wide, but this time it has 1500 item level, the most we have of any artifact right now, 1500. Now the stats it provides is also all offense, power, accuracy and combat advantage, very good for damage dealers. So yeah, the artifact having a bonus really good for damage dealers, having high item level and having good stats makes it, yeah, really much best in slot. When you compare the actual effects of the other 1500 item level artifacts, they don't really compare for an artifact call. They have bonuses of 7.5%. This has 10%. Plus giving you a damage bonus. But let's actually check if that works. We're going to have to test the math. First, just a quick showcase. What does it do? We are in combat here. We cannot cast it like willy-nilly. We have to actually have a target. So once we have our target, we cast it and we obtain this like sight. So we have this buff here, Soaring Spirit, and I assume that's giving us the 15%. Pretty cool, pretty unique. Somewhat similar to like the Soul Sight crystal giving you that effect when you cast it as well, along with, I believe the Eye of Odrin had that too. But that signifies you're under the effect of the 15% bonus damage, and also the target which you cast this on will take 10% more damage from everybody. So you're effectively increasing your entire team's damage by 10%, making it rank pretty high on this list. It's going to be there with the Charm, the Heart of the Black Dragon, the Lantern. They all have that 10% effect, same with the Black Dragon Mark. The Assassin's Dice has some stat effects, and Frozen is a damage buff, not a debuff. So we'll have to check, is this a debuff? It should be, because the wording. And then the 15% should be a damage buff, but maybe it could be also a debuff. We'll have to test that. So we got our base damage here, 8,218. We check that with our math, our stats, make sure everything's correct. And then we go and we cast our artifact. Now we can see, do we gain a 25% debuff or do we gain a 10% debuff plus a 15% damage buff? That is the question. Checking the log, you can see our damage has increased to over 10,000. That checks out to be a damage debuff of 10% plus a damage buff of 15%. We can see that just all here. We get our base damage to 8,218, and then we get with the artifact to 10,395. Looking at the math of that, you can see that with the base, it checks out with the 8,219. It's slightly errored there because of the rounding with regards to the stats, but then with the Crystal of Soul's Flight, we can see that we're getting the 10,395, which is equal to this right here, where we have a 10% debuff and a 15% damage buff. It is not this. It is not just a 25% debuff or a 25% damage buff, because that would result in a little bit less damage. So that is very good to see. Ultimately, yeah, this artifact is totally best in slot for that damage dealer who wants to be top of the pain giver. Not gonna lie, everybody's gonna want to be using this. There's gonna be a lot of arguments of who does get to use it. Ultimately, I think a very successful lockbox. It is a bit of a eek moment that those of you who got the demon wings already through the hero's path are now like, yeah, we could have just waited. Was the mount worth it? Well, it might have been worth it for you at the time. The reason this mount is so good is because it's got 4 slots, and that's the reason why people took it. Again, I recommended not to take it over, said, a golden companion if you needed that golden companion. But nonetheless, people still took this one because it has the bonus of Warlord Inspiration, which no other mount has yet, which increases your companion's damage by 8%. No other mount with 4 insignia slots has that. Therefore, it makes this mount best in slot for a damage dealer to have in their stable. It is also mythic and account wide, meaning all your alts get that too without needing to upgrade it. Additionally, you can get Assassin's Covenant with that, Gladiator's Guile, Executioners, Cursed Resolve, and Lionheart's Preservance. I covered the Demon Wings before, and you can see these are all the bonuses you can get, which ones you can get with the preferred. When it has the recommended tag next to it that I put there, you can use the preferred insignia slot to gain the bonus. And yes, you can do that with Warlord Inspiration with the Barbed, and that makes it, again, really good. So I would say for sure, this lockbox is pretty successful at coming out with something new. In particular, that artifact. It is sad to see the Demon Wings coming out and here again, not making it something exclusive to the hero's path, but so be it. At least it's more accessible to others who don't, let's say, have mythic colors, but would have liked to see a new mount there, not gonna lie. Massive thank you again to all these channel members for their added support. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.